All right, the drivers begin the lineup. Up front will be Patrick Gitter and Jeremy Edwards. Kenny Hyde Jr. and Jeremy Gardner have the second row. Brett Edwards, Blake Vicken on the third. Clay Kirkenbauer and Pudge Nowski have the fourth row. Brittany Spears and PJ Cox rounding out the top 10. Richie Joplin and Ryan McDaniel 11th and 12th. 13th is Justin Swafford, Patrick Piper in 14th. Blair Patterson 15th, Colby Whipple in 16th. Nate Johnson 17th, Brandon Newby in 18th. Jerry Culver in 19th, and the spy from TDR, Andy Shaner, is starting 20th. Kevin Bernheimer 21st, James Smith 22nd, Jacob Morgan starting 23rd, John Billingsley 24th, Lonnie Robertson 25th, Mickey Mouse in 26th, and Russell Worth starting in 27th. You know, I should have asked a few of the drivers what they were going to do about the spy in the field. Alright, so now Colby Whipple lost all his money in Vegas. Colby, good luck finding it, buddy. Looks like just waiting on one or two more drivers to take to the grid here. New Hampshire, always an exciting, probably the best flat track anywhere. Because it is so wide, there are so many grooves. It doesn't necessarily race like a flat track. It's the only flat track I like, I might add. 2 to 7 degrees of banking in the turns, 1 degree of banking on the straightaway. That progressive banking through the turns definitely makes things interesting. Multiple grooves. Drivers will try anything they can. I've even seen guys that use the apron through the turns, which makes green flag pit stops extremely fun. Brandon Newby going after some, and I quote, lobster. Coleman, go away. Oh my God. Alright, going around. We'll go green here in just a minute. Remember, tonight is in honor and memory of Mindy Jo Reitz. Our thoughts and prayers are with her family. And I know the entire Nowski Nation is behind him. Good luck to Russell Worth. Hopefully he puts that Chevy in victory lane. Pace car is in. Here we go down the front straightaway, waiting on it. Barney has it in hand. Green flag is in the air. They are down and away at New Hampshire. Turn 1 here can get very interesting. They've got to get these tire temps up. Everybody obviously given a lot of room going through 1 and 2 this time. And a lot of cars wiggling off turn 2, seeing some cold tire, loose handling. Oh, we've got 3 wide in the pack in some places. Some of these boys already sending it here. And look at this. We've got trouble. Brett Edwards, who is having problems in practice, he's going to fight back into turn 1, side by side with Pudge. What a comeback. He obviously had a problem off turn 4. Holy cow, look behind. We've got guys just banging into each other. Off turn 4, down the front straightaway again. A little bit of single file in the pack, but you have to go back. The 48 of Jeremy Gardner coming forward, and is that Blake Vicken? Caution! And lo and behold, Andy Shaner involved. There's the back charity, back sports truck. Checking up, it looks like there was a car went around, I believe it was Patrick Piper. Looks like Andy actually held on to it. There we go. Oh, just gets on the brakes too hard. We heard drivers talk about moving that brake bias way the heck back. Andy managing to get down to the bottom to avoid chaos. Great save by Andy Shaner, and great job by Patrick Piper not collecting anybody else. First caution of the night. This track does have a tendency for a couple early cautions, but once they get about 15 or so laps green in here, well, it may go green the rest of the race. Several of these drivers, when we've seen them here in the past, extremely good at making their way forward. And a few drivers already picking up a lot of spots. Nowski up from 8th to 4th now. Blair Patterson started in 15th. He is up to 12th. Andy Shaner, I don't know how he's doing it, but he started in 20th and is up to 15th right now. Mickey Mouse started in 26th, and he is up to 21st. Russell Worth, Lonnie Roberts, and Jeremy Gardner all on pit road. Trying to get a good camera angle on Russell's truck. He has been repaired. Gas, tires on his way back off. He will maintain the lead lap. Just barely maintaining the lead lap, and really hoping Russell gets it done here today. All right, stop it, guys. You're making me hungry. Crawfish sounds delicious. All this talk of seafood. I wonder if my daughter and I are going to Red Lobster this weekend. All right, everybody stacks back up for the restart. Kenny Hyde Jr., Patrick Gitter on the front row, Jeremy Edwards, Pudge on the second row, Brett Edwards, Clay Kirkenbauer on the third, Blake Vicken, PJ Cox on the fourth, Brittany Spears, and Richie Joplin rounding out the top 10. And here we go. Pace car is in. They fire green flag in the air. They're down and away again. Patrick Gitter gets another great restart here. Everybody side by side. Out of the front window of Blake Vicken's car or truck, you see Blake had some struggles on the first start, drifted back, now trying to fight his way back forward. Brett Edwards really had some issues coming out of turn 4 the first lap. Let's see if it happens again. Brett does just fine, hangs with the whole field. Richie Joplin up in the mix as well. What a sight. These guys coming down that back straightaway. Blair Patterson now up into 11th place after starting in 15th. Andy Shaner continuing to march his way forward. He is up to 14th. And the change in the trucks actually being a little bit... Kenny Hyde Jr. is looking low on Patrick Gitter. Can he get it done? Kenny Hyde Jr. has a run down to the inside. Patrick will have the advantage off the turn, though. Drag race down the front straightaway. At the line, it's Patrick Gitter. Oh, yes. Shrimp. Kenny Hyde Jr. Patrick Gitter, a little bobble off, too. And that might have been exactly what Kenny Hyde Jr. needed here. Jeremy Edwards now in third. Brett Edwards back up into fourth place. Pudge battling for fourth. What a race this one will be. 160 laps. And I guarantee you there will be racing every moment of it. Make sure you drop in the comments. Let us know who you're cheering for here tonight. And don't forget to give Mindy Jo Reed's family your condolences. Shout out to Russell Worth, who we're going to keep a close eye on all night as he makes his way to the front. Obviously some damage to the front of Russell's truck, currently running in 26th. Still side by side for the lead. Kenny Hyde moving up half a lane from where he has been running, trying to get a little momentum off the turn. Jeremy Edwards now in third, Pudge in fourth, Brett Edwards in fifth. Clay Kirkenbauer now up to sixth, PJ Cox up to seventh, Blake Vicken in eighth. Blair Patterson now up to ninth, Richie Joplin still holding on to a top 10. Swafford now in 11th, Brittany Spears currently 12th, Ryan McDaniel in 13th. Andy Shaner now up into 14th, Kevin Bernheimer in 15th. Nate Johnson in 16th, Jerry Culver now up to 17th. Really hoping this guy has some luck here tonight, as he has had a bad run of luck that destroyed some really good runs this season. Jeremy Gardner in 18th, Colby Whipple in 19th. No bonk yet for Whipple. Jacob Morgan in 20th, and still my favorite paint scheme on that car. Brandon Newby 21st, Patrick Piper in 22nd. James Smith 23rd, John Billingsley 24th, Lonnie Roberts 25th, Russell Worth 26th, Mickey Mouse in 27th. David Lee cheering on whichever Kirkenbauer is in the car. Is it Clay tonight, or is Indy actually driving the truck for him tonight? We know Indy went out in qualifying for him while Clay was rushing home. Patrick Gitter has maintained the lead, has managed to hold Kenny Hyde off for the moment. Hyde keeps looking to the bottom every single turn, but that momentum up off the high side definitely gives the advantage to Patrick Gitter. But Patrick did have the bobble off turn 2 a couple of laps ago. Definitely had an impact, and you could see it in the way Kenny Hyde managed to pull back up and almost cleared him. Blair Patterson now up to 8th. He is on a mission here tonight. Hopping in Blair's car as they cross the start-finish line down into turn 1. Let's see, which lane does Blair take? He is going to go down to the bottom. Remember, progressive banking, so it's 2 degrees of banking down on the inside, 7 degrees up by the wall. Back down the back straightaway they go. Into turn 3, takes a higher line. Both turns slightly different, even though the same banking, same radius, but just track surface, temperature, etc. a little bit different. Does affect the way you approach each end of the track. And you can see Blair is definitely gaining on the cars ahead. Jason Coleman saying he kind of figured Brittany Spears would have the pole in this one. Surprise Nice one, Jason. You guys finally caught me as the caution comes out. A big wreck up front. Patrick Gitter involved. The points leader is involved. Second caution of the night. Looks like Patrick Gitter already into some lap traffic. Oh, and they come up. The 58 comes up, collects Jeremy Gardner. Pudge slips by. Sorry, that was Jeremy Edwards that gets caught as the 58. That was Kenny Hyde. And, yeah, what... wow. Working the second caution of the night. And it looks like everybody is coming down pit road. A lot of the top 10 gonna need a little bit of repairs. Some of them just got a little bit of it. Brett Edwards manages to come out of that completely unscathed. Jerry Culver does not go to pit road. He will assume the lead here. Gonna see if we can get a word with Culver. Hey, Jerry, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
How's it going?
Hey, man, really good. I'm kind of on the fence about this strategy. I mean, you've had a lot of great runs, but got caught in other people's messes, and now you'll be on older tires, but up front, how are you feeling about it?
Yeah, I was trying to back off and let those guys go. They wanted to go at it, and they kept hitting the wall, so I didn't want to get involved. So I kept getting some big runs, but it just wasn't worth it trying to pass them. So I feel good with my tires right now. And I bet you some of these guys are regretting looking at the numbers, but hey, it is what it is.
Well, man, I hope it works out. Since you joined, you've obviously been fast in every single race, just had terrible luck. But hopefully this is the start of turning that one around, man.
Yes, sir. It's a pretty fun league. Thank you.
Jerry Culver will restart up front with Brett Edwards right beside him. Pudge and Clay Kirkenbauer, or Indy, on the second row. Blair Patterson, PJ Cox of the third row. Richie Joplin, Justin Swafford on the fourth row. Nate Johnson and Brittany Spears rounding out the top 10. And here we go again. Pace car is in. Jerry Culver controls the restart. He gets rolling. Green flag is in the air. Opens the door. Pudge gets in underneath Brett Edwards. Culver goes up the track into one. Brett on the high side. Off the turn there. 3 wide off turn. Oh, Culver. No, that is Brett Edwards in the wall. No caution yet. Pudge to the lead now. Culver back to third. Still stuck way up high. Blair Patterson now down to the bottom. They're still 3 wide in the middle of the pack. They're 3 wide everywhere. Newbies coming forward. Nate Johnson. Oh, we've got... It is so close. They're trying to get 4 wide through these turns. A few drivers we've seen cautiously back out of it. Wow. What a restart that was. Pudge just got his first win a couple of races ago. Now he is back here leading at New Hampshire. I've seen him run New Hampshire in the past. He is exceedingly good at this track. One of the Kirkenbauers is in second. Hard to say which one. Never did get confirmation, but man, he is having a great run as well. Blair Patterson started back in 15th. He is currently in third. Swafford started in 13th up to 4th. PJ Cox started 10th up to 5th. Richie Joplin now up into 6th after starting 11th. Jerry Culver still holding on to the top 10, even on the older tires, battling for 6th place after starting in 19th. Culver way up by the wall. I thought it was a mistake on the restart that he was so high, but obviously that is where he likes to run here. Look at the momentum he gets. Gets a massive run down under Bernheimer, gets to the bottom, can't do a whole lot with it though. Culver has some massive speed up by the wall, but he gets down on the bottom and loses a ton of momentum. Old tires definitely starting to show on Culver's truck. But the tires will equalize. Oh! Right behind him! Brett Edwards bounces. Oh! Brett Edwards not happy with Culver here. After the incident on the restart, Edwards turns Culver. Blake Vicken gets caught. Cars are flying. Caution is out. Yeet. Wow. All right. Yeah. Blake Vicken up there on the high side. On the receiving end of this, you see Culver go around. Vicken tries to get down, gets clipped in the back. Jerry Culver definitely took a big hit. Lonnie Roberts took a big hit. Brett Edwards definitely took a big hit. Lonnie Roberts also caught in this one. Where's the other newbie? What are we going to call this bonk? Here goes Lonnie. Everything happening behind him. He locks up the brakes and has nowhere to go. Mickey Mouse makes it through safely. So on that last restart, there was obviously some... Culver was running that high line, got up high, and got Brett Edwards. I think Brett tried to stick the nose in, and they just ended up in the wall. Brett not happy. Brett comes down, gets into him, sends him up to the wall, gets him around. Brett definitely get on the short end of the stick. Obviously some frustration out there tonight. Brett Edwards, Jerry Culver both toe to pit road. Have to wait and see if their races are done. Everybody outside the top 20 on pit road. Jeremy Edwards, Blake Vicken, Andy Shaner, John Billingsley, Russell Worth is not on pit road, nor is Lonnie Roberts, Jerry Culver, and Brett Edwards also on pit road. And I think Russell will end up being the wave around truck, getting him back to the lead lap, and we are certainly hoping so. He is racing with a purpose here tonight. But Pudge has the lead again at New Hampshire. Clay, one of the Kirkenbauers, is in second. Blair Patterson third. Justin Swafford fourth. And PJ Cox in fifth. Kevin Bernheimer up in seventh after starting 21st. Hey, Kevin, this is Doug. You got me?
I got you, buddy. How you doing?
Hey, man, I'm doing good, but not as good as you. You're having quite a run here tonight.
Yeah, it won't last. This is like, I hate this track, and I don't even know what I'm doing up here, so we're just going to hope for the best.
Well, man, so far so good. Good luck on the restart, and hopefully we see you up front before long.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah, this is one of those you either love it or you hate it kind of tracks. You heard Bernheimer say he does not like this track at all. Not sure how he's up here, but I'm willing to bet the changes to the truck yesterday are helping out several drivers that usually wouldn't like this. Pace car is in. Pudge gets to fire first. Green flag is in the air. They go, and Pudge gets a good run the outside line. Little struggle getting started. Stack ups here on restart are fatal. Brandon Newby, I believe, is around. Big wreck into one. A lot of trucks involved again. Caution is back out. And it looks like Patrick Gitter, the points leader, had a problem as well. Gitter gets on the brakes and heads down into the grass. Andy Shaner, Mickey Mouse, Jeremy Edwards, a lot of drivers caught in this one. Let's see. Let's find Brandon Newby and see what happened. It seemed to have started right here. Everybody check. Oh, Brandon has to get on the brakes to not get the car in front of him. A little too much brake, and there you see a lot of trucks caught up in that. The last two incidents have damaged a lot of trucks. A lot of drivers will be out of repairs very, very quickly. And I'm willing to bet there are some tempers starting to flare out on track. Pudge still has the lead. Clay in second, Blair Patterson third, Swafford in fourth. Richie Joplin has made his way to fifth, PJ Cox in sixth. Brittany now up to seventh, and Pudge is coming to pit road. No, he faked! Nice fake by Pudge. Hey, Pudge, it's Doug. You got me?
Yes, sir, Doug. What's up, buddy?
Hey, you didn't fool anybody with that one.
Yeah. I like going on green. It keeps us all tight.
It does, man. I have to say, you have had a heck of a run to the front so far, and you got a fast truck. Are you going to be able to pull away and get your second win here tonight?
Man, I hope so. I ran a 12-1 instead of 14 and banking on some cautions. But if we get a long run, you might see me drop a little bit.
Well, you definitely see at this track early cautions and then long green flag runs. So hopefully everything works out for you, and hopefully you can get back to victory lane tonight, buddy.
Man, that would be awesome, buddy, and I would be super excited. So I appreciate it, and good luck to all the guys.
All right, man. Good luck.
You, buddy.
Pudge definitely happy to be back up at the front of the pack, and he is not an easy guy to beat out here. Constantly in the top five. He's made his way up to fourth in points. Early in the season, he had drifted back as far as eighth in the points with some really unlucky runs. Looks like he's going to choose. I don't know what's going on up here. Everybody's stacking up side by side. All right, Culver finally gets the waiver in. Now it's going to be Pudge and Kirkenbauer on the front row. Patterson and Swafford on the second row. Richie Joplin, PJ Cox, Brittany Spears, Kevin Bernheimer, Kenny Hyde Jr., and Nate Johnson rounding out the top 10. And I know from personal experience, one driver that these guys up at the front need to worry about. That is the 88 sitting back there in 10th place. Nate Johnson loves flat track racing. He is good here. Pace car is in. Pudge controls the restart. There he goes. Green flag in the air. He gets a great jump on the field. Now Blair Patterson looking for second. Doesn't have the momentum, but here comes Swafford up to the high side. Off turn two, they go down the back straightaway. Everybody side by side throughout the field. Not a lot of single file. Swafford jumps to the high side trying to get some momentum up here. Oh, a little bobble out of Kirkenbauer out of turn four. Doesn't slow him down though. Caution is out. Oh no, this is going to be a heartbreak, especially tonight. Looks like Russell Worth is going to get caught in this one. Lonnie Roberts goes up, bounces off Brandon Newby, and comes down across the nose of Russell Worth. Russell had just gotten back to the lead lap. Does look like he's got some right front damage on that truck. We'll try and get a better look as he comes back around. Not terribly bad. He might actually be okay. Quick check back here. Jerry Culver in 27th and Brett Edwards in 26th. These two might find each other on track again. That could get exciting. Pudge still in the lead. Clay Kirkenbauer to pit road. Justin Swafford on pit road. Nobody faking it this time. Bernheimer is on pit road. Blair Patterson now up to second. Richie Joplin now in third. Let's see if we can get a hold of Richie. Hey, Richie, it's Doug. You got me?
Going on, Doug?
Hey, man. Up to third. You're having quite a run out there tonight. How you feeling about the track?
I'm feeling good. I just like to have some more green laps. I don't know about my long run yet. So,
Well, you definitely got the short run speed here tonight, and so far, that's all you've needed to go from, 11th to 3rd here.
yes. Yes, I'm just taking my time, being patient, and giving plenty of guys room.
That seems like the smart strategy, but now that you're up front, do you have something for Pudge up there?
No, I'm just going to ride for a little bit. If I got something, I'm going to chase him down, but right now I'm just riding.
Well, man, that truck's looking good, and you're looking fast tonight. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
Richie Joplin definitely has a hot rod here tonight. Other notables, Nate Johnson is up from 17th to 7th. Jacob Morgan started 23rd, up to 8th place now. Ryan McDaniels has finally cracked the top 10. He started in 12th, now into 10th. Colby Whipple starting to make his way forward from 16th to 13th. James Smith up 6 spots to 16th. John Billingsley up 7 spots to 17th. Russell Worth currently scored in 19th place. Russell, get up here and get her done, buddy. Jason Coleman reporting on the Discord, being a little funny tonight. I can imagine. So tell me, Jason, how many people are really annoyed right now? Lights are out on the pace car. This track is a mile track. It is not considered a short track, but I can tell you from personal experience, tempers do tend to flare here just as much as they do at Bristol. Hearing that the Discord conversation right now is definitely not child friendly. I can guess not. It does get a bit rough out there, and it's about to get rough again. Pace car is in. Pudge leads them down out of turn 4. Green flag is in the air. We are back underway. Down into turn 1, Pudge has the lead. They are still trying to get 3 wide all around the track. It is very difficult to be patient at this track. When you have a run, you've got to take it. And everybody trying to get every inch of real estate here is making things very, very exciting. Blair Patterson is looking underneath Pudge for the lead. Blair has fallen out of the top 10 in points after the last couple of weeks, looking to get himself back up there. He had a great run last week, looking to repeat but pull off the win here tonight. And it is 3 wide, not far behind. Look at this. Blake Vicken manages to pull ahead up the middle for the moment. Ryan McDaniel, Jacob Morgan, a lot of fast trucks up there in the mix. Jeremy Gardner is there. Jeremy Edwards is there. Blake, oh my, look at this. Plenty of room to race, but man, that room can disappear very quickly. Look like a little bit of a blink out of Brandon Newby. Pudge still in the lead, but Blair Patterson still looking low. Richie Joplin currently in third. The battle back here for 9th through 8th. On back to, goodness, look, it is just a mess. Let's say 9th through 20th is all over the place. The 17 of Jeremy Edwards just drops down coming out of the turn. A lot of chaos back behind. Drivers now going down to the apron to make moves. Blake Vicken trying to fight his way back toward the front. Ryan McDaniel, City Chevrolet. And I have seen that line used that Ryan McDaniel is using right now down on the apron. I have seen one other driver use that regularly, and that driver always pulls off a win here in New Hampshire. This could be Ryan McDaniel's charge toward the front. He's down underneath Blake Vicken. Oh, gets a bit of a push. Bernheimer is up there. He has to back out. Pudge still holding off Blair, but look, Blair's got a big drive. Off turn 2, down the back straightaway. That Highline has the momentum, but Blair keeps driving it down to the bottom every single turn. Blair all over the back bumper. Pudge just can't get the pass completed. They might want to hurry. Here comes Kenny Hyde. Blair looking low again off turn 2. Kenny Hyde now up to 3rd. Richie back to 4th. Jeremy Edwards in 5th. Brittany now up into 6th. Jacob Morgan now up to 7th after starting in 23rd. Patrick Gitter is 8th. PJ Cox is 9th. And Kevin Bernheimer now into the top 10. Nate Johnson in 11th. And look, right behind him, Patrick Piper and Blake Vicken practically leaning on each other down the straightaway, trying to get everything they can. I'd like to say everybody's settling into a rhythm here, and we might see a long green flag run, but I think Justin Swafford just proved that nobody is settling in and everybody is still sending it. Ryan McDaniel still using that apron line, and look at the move on Gardner. Back up front, Pudge, Blair, and Kenny all nose to tail. Kenny now looking down low under Blair Patterson. Jeremy Edwards had a bit of a run on Richie, couldn't quite get there yet. Kenny Hyde now down to the bottom for 2nd. He sends it into 1 and 2. And off turn 2, he clears Blair Patterson for 2nd place. Richie Joplin back in 4th. Jeremy Edwards 5th. Brittany in 6th. And Jacob Morgan in 7th. Patrick Gitter is 8th. PJ Cox in 9th. Kevin Bernheimer currently running in 10th. Looks like Bernheimer does have a little bit of damage. An arrow, extremely important as Swafford sends it to the bottom. And remember, we've got a mix of guys that pitted on lap 21, on lap 34, 35, and then on lap 40. Kenny Hyde has gone to the lead. He had the nose ahead, and it's going to be... No, Pudge has it at the line. Kenny Hyde comes into tonight 6th in points with 1 win on the season. Crosses over and gets to the lead. Pudge now back to 2nd. But Kenny Hyde Jr. still 80 points out of the lead as Patrick Gitter has dominated this season. But where is Patrick Gitter tonight? Patrick Gitter currently back in 8th place, the points leader quite a ways back. Andy Shaner is on pit road. Andy had been making his way up through the field rather steadily. Almost broke into the top 10 earlier in the race. Not sure what happened, but Andy on pit road. Maybe the Nowski Nation boys just got a little too rough for Andy tonight. Look at Patrick Gitter. He is looking up the middle, trying to get past Jacob Morgan and Brittany Spears. Gets alongside Brittany, clears Brittany Spears. Patrick Gitter now up into 7th. Jacob Morgan currently in 6th. Jacob Morgan actually the biggest mover of the race so far, and this is not the first time. Jacob not the best at qualifying, but man, when it gets into race trim, that dude goes to the front. Oh, I think Jacob might have gotten a little bit of the wall off too. Back up front, Kenny Hyde still in the lead, but now Jeremy Edwards to 2nd. Pudge is back to 3rd. Blair back to 4th. Jeremy Edwards has the freshest tires in that group. He stopped on lap 34. Everybody else in the top 8 stopped on lap 21. But Justin Swafford is the highest running car that stopped on lap 40, and it is starting to show. Kenny Hyde's last lap, 31.4. Justin Swafford's 31.3. Russell Worth currently in 21st place, still on the lead lap, trying to find a way to the front. Push it, Russell. You can do it, buddy. Kenny Hyde Jr. currently in the lead, has opened up a bit of a gap on Jeremy Edwards, but Jeremy still trying to close that down. Pudge in 3rd. Blair in 4th. Richie Joplin in 5th. Jacob Morgan in 6th. Patrick Gitter in 7th. Brittany currently running in 8th. And Justin Swafford on the freshest tires in 9th. Blake Vicken back in 10th after flying down the front straightaway, literally, earlier in the race. Although he did not get as much hang time as did Brett Edwards. Brett still a lap down, trying to get back to the lead lap. Jerry Culver a couple of laps down now, still trying to work his way back to the lead lap as well. Kenny Hyde lead still 3/4 of a second over Jeremy Edwards. They've got a 2.5 second lead over Pudge and Blair Patterson. Richie Joplin also right there with them. Jacob Morgan is there, and here comes Patrick Gitter, the points lead. Oh, a little excitement between Morgan and Patrick Gitter. Looks like Jacob Morgan might have been trying to get out of the way of Patrick Gitter and just ended up in the way. Of course, they do have a little issue getting off the turns. These trucks getting a little lively out there as the run goes on. Gitter got the nose to the outside that time, couldn't quite get there. Meanwhile, Swafford looking to the inside on Brittany Spears. Swafford does have 20-lap fresher tires, trying to get everything he can before the tires equalize. Kenny Hyde Jr. out front and Jeremy Edwards in second, but Edwards is starting to close the gap. Pudge back in third, Blair in fourth, Richie Joplin in fifth. Patrick Gitter in sixth, now looking under Richie. Jacob Morgan still right there with him. And Justin Swafford not far behind. Brittany in 9th, Gardner in 10th. Blake Vicken now up to 11th. PJ Cox in 12th. Look at this, Colby Whipple up to 13th place. Kevin Bernheimer in 14th. Brandon Newby currently 15th. Nate Johnson in 16th. Patrick Piper currently 17th, and battling with James Smith, though, as James comes by on the bottom. Move James Smith up to 17th, Patrick Piper back to 18th. John Billingsley currently 19th, Russell Worth in 20th. Brett Edwards 21st, Lonnie Roberts 22nd, Clay Kirkenbauer back to 23rd after being caught in an incident earlier, trying to fight his way back. Ryan McDaniel in 24th, Mickey in 25th. Jerry Culver in 26th, and Andy Shaner is back out on track in 27th. Jerry Culver just coming out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Brett Edwards through 3 and 4. You got to wonder if some of these drivers are actively... Oh! Brett gets the wall out of turn 4. Hard hit. Tire wear definitely becoming a problem for some of these guys who haven't saved anything, and flat track's extremely hard on those right side tires. You're leaning on them the whole time. We've seen drivers coming off the turns and having to fight the car just a little bit. If they stay out too long, you could see drivers fighting all the way down the front, or all the way down the straightaway, trying to get that car straightened out, only to get it straight and turn it off into the turn. Tire wear, once it reaches a certain point, you are fighting the truck all the way around the track, even on the straightaways. Colby Whipple looks like one of the few drivers going down to the apron line the last couple of laps. He is looking for anywhere he can get some speed. Off turn 2, let's see how low he goes into turn 3. Nope, Colby moving up almost to the outside wall. Turns it back low, late apex move. Trying to carry some momentum off. PJ Cox trying to get past the lap car of Brett Edwards. That time by, Colby Whipple was all the way down on the apron out of turn 2. Kenny Hyde Jr. now has a 1.5 second lead over Jeremy Edwards. Pudge back in third. Now as Patrick Gitter snuck his way up into the top 5, now looking to take third place from Pudge. He's got a run down on the bottom. Remember, these two guys last pitted on lap 21. Same tire level. It comes down to who has been conserving their tires the most. I think Pudge might have scraped the wall off turn 4. Patrick Gitter getting really close to the wall as he now clears for third, but he is 5.4 seconds behind Jeremy Edwards. And Jeremy 1.5 seconds back in second place from Kenny Hyde, who has the lead. Colby Whipple is on pit road. Brandon Newby on pit road. Patrick Piper, Nate Johnson. We're seeing our first round of green flag pit stops. We have seen pit stops under caution already tonight, but this is our first round of green flag stops, and I can guarantee you pit road exit is going to get very, very interesting tonight. Jeremy Edwards, Patrick Gitter, Pudge Nowski, Jacob Morgan, all on pit road. Kenny Hyde Jr. stays out. He will be in a lap or two. He is on the same pit cycle as those guys. Swafford and Blake Vicken both currently second and third respectively. Swafford last stopped on lap 40. Blake Vicken on lap 30. Caution! Caution is out again as green flag pit stops were underway. This could be huge. Looks like Patrick Piper involved. Let's see what happened. Piper gets way loose off of turn 2, right in front of the entire field. Very close call for all the drivers behind him. And I would expect everybody who hasn't been to pit road yet to come down this time. Just saw an interesting alert. We're going to go take a look at Richie Joplin as they work their way onto pit road. Looks like they're almost having to stop to let people get by, get back in the correct position. Cautions during green flag pit stops can definitely confuse the entire situation. Let's see if we can talk to our leader. Hey, Kenny, it's Doug. You got me?
Sorry, I was exiting pit road. Didn't want to speed. Yeah, I got.
Well, I don't blame you there, man. It has been an epic run for you. Even on old tires, you were checking out from the field.
Seem to find something that works, and hopefully we get another green flag run like that and put it to use once more.
Well, with that green flag run and with green flag stops underway, you had obviously pitted at the same time as some of those other guys, but managed to hold off a little bit longer. It's going to trap some cars a lap down. Is that going to help you in the long run, knowing that there's fewer cars on the lead lap?
Heck yeah, Patrick Getter's a lap down. I got a chance now.
Holy cow! Miracles never cease, do they?
Yeah, no, I mean, even with that incident with me and Pat, that was more of a racing deal. I'm not even mad with him about that, and unfortunately he got the short end of the stick, but hopefully we can keep the nose clean for the rest of the race. We got about halfway down and keep digging.
All right, man. Good luck. You're having one heck of a run tonight, buddy.
Thanks, man. Hopefully we'll talk to you in a little bit.
I hope so. Kenny Hyde Jr. is in the lead. A lot of trucks trapped a lap down, waiting for the pace car and the drivers and race control to get everything sorted out. But it looks like, at the moment, it looks like 14 cars will be on the lead lap. And it could be a situation where we see the drivers, the lap down cars, restart in front of the leaders. Not sure yet. Might see some guys get waved around here, in which case it could definitely benefit the guys up at the front having some of those fast trucks stuck at the back of the field. And it does look like wave arounds are underway, and a lot of them just happened. Trying to sort out, it looks like Patrick Gitter. It still looks like 14 cars on the lead lap, waiting for everybody to cycle back around. The front row will be Kenny Hyde and Justin Swafford, Kevin Bernheimer and Blake Vicken on the second row. Then you've got John Billingsley on the third row with Pudge next to him, and then it's single file on back. Looks like we might see a delay on the restart. We're waiting to see. No! Pace car is in. Everybody's still trying to sort out. They fire. Green flag underway. This definitely, the confusion at the back of the field is definitely going to help this top five. And look at this mess as they go off into turn one. A mix of lead lap and lap cars fighting toward the front. Ryan McDaniel on the bottom, 3 wide off the turn. Patrick Gitter is on the lead lap, but he is way back in the field. He's got a long way to go to get up toward the front. Just past the halfway point, and here comes Swafford. Swafford had been storming his way through the field on a little bit fresher tires. Now up battling for the lead with Kenny Hyde. And look who's behind him. A truck that was flying through the air earlier in the race. Blake Vicken now up to third. Blake Vicken is yet to have a win this season. Swafford has had 2 wins. And Kenny Hyde has had 1 win. You know that if it comes down to the last lap, Blake Vicken is going to do everything he can to put that truck in victory lane. The top 3 starting to break away. The confusion back behind on the restart definitely benefiting them. Bernheimer has got up to 4th place. Pudge no longer on the lead lap. He is the first car 1 lap down in 15th. Caution! And Pudge was in the wave around spot. Caution is out again. Looks like Clay Kirkenbauer involved as well as Brett Oh! Brett just gets a little bit of a push. Off turn 2, gets into Kirkenbauer. Both of them end up down to the inside. Brett Edwards definitely not having a good night here tonight. It's been a rough race for him all night long. Justin Swafford, currently in second, has made it all the way up there, having a fast truck and some great strategy. It has definitely paid off. Jeremy Gardner, Ryan McDaniel, both on pit road. And let's see if we can get a word with our second place driver. Hey, Justin, it's Doug. You got me?
10-4.
Hey, man. It's been a wild one, but some different pit strategy there got you all the way up there. Now that you're up there, do you have anything for Kenny?
Man, I'm hoping so. I don't know. He's getting me in the corners right now, but we're just going to try and back up the corners a little bit, save some tire, and maybe have something for him in the end.
I know that heard a lot of drivers say that the truck feels, from Monday night to tonight, feels a lot tighter. And it definitely is showing through some of the turns. Some of these guys really starting to push, but are you seeing any problems with the handling?
Yeah, after about 10, 15 laps, it gets really tight. And like you said, from the practice the other night, it was a lot different feel. So to come today and how it's driving is completely different. You got to change everything up.
Well, I've seen some interesting lines out there tonight, but you definitely have one of the most consistent out there. And it had to have been fun charging through the field like you did.
Oh, it was fun. I definitely did some things I almost regretted, but we came out of it. So we'll see what we can hold on to. Hopefully, like I said, get past Hyde here and put on a good show for y'all.
All right, man. Good luck.
Thanks.
Almost some regretful things. Justin Swafford has definitely had a great second half of the season. Comes into tonight third in points. 11 points. Sorry, I'm not mathing well tonight. 9 points behind second place, Jeremy Gardner. And Jeremy Gardner currently not even in the top 10. He is back in 14th. This could be the night Swafford moves up to second, but the big one is they have to keep Patrick Gitter way behind them. Patrick currently in 8th place. They stack back up for the restart. It'll be Kenny Hyde and Justin Swafford on the front row. Blake Vicken and Kevin Bernheimer have the second row. John Billingsley and Blair Patterson on the third row. Colby Whipple and Nate Johnson of the fourth row. Patrick Gitter, Richie Joplin round out the top 10. Pace car getting ready to drop off out of turn 4. Pace car is in. Kenny fires quickly. Green flag in the air. About 70 laps to go here at New Hampshire. And a lot of excitement going on mid-pack as they come up to speed and try and get everything they can. And look at this run. Richie Joplin just sends it. Oh, we've got some problems going on. Looks like Ryan McDaniel lost a couple spots on that lap. Now, Jacob Morgan, they're 3 wide. They're sliding sideways. Morgan side. McDaniel and Morgan get together. Caution. There you see McDaniel in the 66, Morgan in the 24 as they go off into turn 1. McDaniel just a little bit of a push. Jacob sideways trying to save it. Looks like Jacob Morgan kind of came out of that one a little bit better. But definitely not what either driver wanted here. Hard hit for Morgan. Oh, Pudge got into him. I think Russell Worth got a piece of him. It looked like initially that Jacob Morgan might have came through that one clean, but not to be. Pudge had to toe to pit road. Patrick Gitter in 6. Colby Whipple up now to 7th. See if we can get a hold of Colby. Hey, Colby, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, what's up, Doug?
Hey, man, you're having one heck of a run tonight.
Much better than I thought I would. Didn't get much practice this week, so I was down in Vegas for the race. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun right now.
I heard this nasty rumor that you lost all your money in Vegas.
You cannot believe a single thing anybody says about me in that chat. My legs are fine. They're not broken. Didn't lose all my money in Vegas. It wasn't my birthday the other week. They're just assholes.
Well, are you gonna... I got nothing. How are you feeling about... I mean, you said you didn't have any practice, and a lot of guys practice Monday night, then the massive changes to the truck, and obviously handling differences. Do you think that the not having practice is actually paying off here tonight?
Yeah, I don't know. I did run a lot of laps today on my own to get used to it, and the truck is definitely different, but I like it. I like the feel of the truck. I'm kind of enjoying this track, and I'm just kind of doing what I do every week, just trying to avoid the accidents, trying to slowly work my way up and be one of the last trucks standing on the lead lap.
It has definitely worked recently. You're up to 8th in points now and definitely been moving your way up. Hopefully you continue to do so, man. Good luck, and don't bonk.
Thanks, Doug. I'll try not to.
All right, Colby Whipple now up into 7th on the track, up to 8th in points. He has had a great, overall, his season has been great. Early in the season, it was a little up and down that first few races, but ever since, he's been consistently in the top 10, often in the top 5, and his point standings continue to go up. Kenny Hyde will have the lead. Justin Swafford in 2nd. Blake Vicken and Blair Patterson have the 2nd row. John Billingsley up on the 3rd row with Patrick Gitter. Richie Joplin and Colby Whipple on the 4th. Brittany Spears and Nate Johnson rounding out the top 10. All right, pace car will drop off this time. Everybody stacked back up neat and tidy. Kenny Hyde got a great restart last time. Can he do it again? Pace car is in. Here we go. Kenny fires. There, down and away. Green flag in the air. Top 4 almost single file by the time they get to turn 1. Blake Vicken sends it down into turn 2. Can't get the run on Swafford yet. Look at the run out of John Billingsley, though. Oh, wow! Richie Joplin has figured something out off of turn 2. The last couple of restarts, he just flies by everybody on the back straightaway. What a great run Richie is having here tonight. Billingsley also started in 24th, now up to 7th. And we're getting a little bit of a blink out of Whipple. What in the world just happened to Colby? I think he bonked the wall. He is fading fast. Colby Whipple now back to 14th and falling. Down the back straightaway, everybody's starting to sort out just a little bit. Colby Whipple now back into 16th. Not sure what happened on that restart. Hopefully he'll be able to make his way back up just as we're talking about him. Wow. Kevin Bernheimer up tonight. Kevin saying he's not a fan of flat tracks. And he is terrible at this track, and I think he's full of it. Now moving up to 8th, getting under Clay Kirkenbauer. John Billingsley currently in 7th. Richie Joplin now up to 6th, trying to run him down. Blair Patterson in 5th. Blake Vicken currently running 4th. Patrick Gitter is getting by. He is now up into 3rd place, trying to run down Justin Swafford. Kenny Hyde Jr. still has the lead, though. He's got almost a 1-second lead over Swafford. But Patrick Gitter is closing in. John Billingsley has drifted back to 9th. He's had a great run so far, still holding on to the top 10, but just doesn't seem as fast as he was earlier in the race. That truck undamaged at the moment, though. We have had a problem on track. It is Brittany, and oops, she did it again. Looks like Brandon Newby gets off turn 2. Oh! He gets into Brittany. What a great save by Brittany Spears. Caution is out on the track. Looks like it might have been an issue regarding Brittany. Let's take another look at that incident. Yeah, it might have been my fault. Sorry, Pete. Brittany slides back up on track. She manages to hold on to it. And then a big wreck, and somebody completely blinked out in front of her. As we get a lot of cars going to pit road, let's see if we can dial up Brittany's in-car and see who it was she ended up wrecking into. Somebody blinked as they were coming off turn 4. That was Brandon Newby, disappeared just as Brittany got there. Kevin Bernheimer choosing to stay out, as does Jacob Morgan. Everybody else on pit road. Lap 104. This could be the final stop of the race for a lot of these drivers if this stays green. Yeah, I kind of figured you were, Brandon, but I kind of figured you hit the tow button as soon as you got sideways. After pit stop, or as pit stop cycle through, Jacob Morgan now up into 2nd place. He's got 13 laps on those tires, as does Kevin Bernheimer. Everybody else has 10 lap fresher tires. Hey Jacob, it's Doug. You got me?
Yes, I got you, Doug. What's up, man?
Hey, so do you think your tires are still good enough you can hold off all the fresh tires behind you?
Yeah, I ain't been on these tires long at all, man. I got that last incident, I got the meatball flag and I changed my tires then. So I got 2 sets left, man. I'm pretty good.
Well, that could definitely come in handy the way this thing is going. How do you feel? I mean, we've seen you coming through the field pretty consistently. Can you get up here and hold everybody off?
That I don't know, man. I'm not good here. I never have been, so I've never been up front. So we'll see how it goes.
All right, man. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you, man.
He's definitely carrying a number and a paint scheme that knows how to get to victory lane here in New Hampshire. Festive is one way of putting it, Brandon. That is Brandon Newby saying it has been a festive race. That is an interesting way to put it. Let's say that. We've had cars flying in the air, a little bit of frustration, a whole lot of anger and aggression, and a lot of side-by-side racing, and quite a bit of 3-wide racing around here tonight. Hey, Robert, how you doing, buddy? Pace car is in. Kevin fires, and green flag is in the air. Bernheimer's got a good run down into turn 1, but Swafford and Morgan, and we're going to watch closely off of turn 2, that 89 truck, because every single time, I don't know what he is doing off turn 2. I'd like to figure, he doesn't do it this time. Of course not. Richie Joplin has every single restart carried so much momentum off of turn 2. He picked off at least 2 people every restart just on the back straightaway. Oh, we've got a wreck behind. Caution is out. Andy Shaner involved. Coming out of turn 4, Andy Shaner up on the high side. Oh, looks like he just ran up into the wall. Comes down, collects Brett Edwards, and that truck is totaled. He tows it to pit road. Caution is out again. Swafford has the lead. Kenny Hyde in second. Patrick Gitter in third. Kevin Bernheimer in fourth. Blake Vicken is fifth. Nate Johnson has finally gotten back up in the top 10. He's currently in ninth. See if we can get a word with him. Hey, Nate, it's Doug. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, my first question is, I know you're better at flat tracks than this.
Well, yeah, I think I damaged most of the time. I haven't done on power, so that's my excuse.
Okay. Well, at least you had one lined up for the interview. That's the important thing.
Right, yeah.
So now that that truck is repaired and back in shape, you're in ninth place. Can you get to the front?
We'll see. I found some speed down on the apron there in the turns. Send it all the way down to make some passes, so I'll have to implement that. Just trying to survive right now until we get down a little bit closer to the end.
Survival would be key tonight, but man, it's looked like you had moments where you had a lot of speed tonight, and just I think the damage has kind of held you back.
Yeah, that'll make me feel better. Yeah, if you say that, yeah.
All right, man. Good luck, and I would like some pizza when you get done. Can you deliver?
Okay, yeah. I'll just drive the truck after the track out to your place. So.
Awesome, man. Well, good luck tonight, and I expect to see you start marching forward.
Okay, I'll do my best, Doug.
All right, Nate Johnson currently running in ninth place. Expect now that that truck is fixed and it's back to full power. Oh, look at this. Swafford has had enough of the pace car. Swafford now pushing the pace car around. I keep saying it would be really funny if one week 13 iRacing made the pace car solid for a week. And didn't tell anybody. That would be really funny. Not that I think anybody at iRacing is watching or would listen to me, but please do that one week 13. Make the pace car solid. Everybody, lights out on the pace car. Everybody stacking back up side by side, right at 50 laps to go. Swafford and Kenny Hyde Jr. on the front row. Patrick Gitter now up on the second row with Kevin Bernheimer. Blake Vick and Richie Joplin on the third row. Jacob Morgan, Nate Johnson on the fourth. Jeremy Gardner and Jeremy Edwards round up the top 10. Pace car about to drop in. Justin Swafford will control the restart. Pace car is in. Swafford catches him napping. He is gone. Green flag. Looked like Kenny Hyde Jr. was trying to anticipate the restart and just got it completely wrong. But he gets a massive run into turn one. Now has the nose in underneath Swafford. Justin pulls ahead on the back straightaway. Down into turn three they go for the lead. And they are starting to pull a bit of a gap on Patrick Gitter. Drag race down the front straightaway. At the line, I believe it was Swafford by like a millimeter. But here comes Kenny Hyde back to the lead. Tries to drift up and close the gap. Swafford was there. A very close call as they came off turn two. I'm doing pretty good, Robert. How you doing, buddy? Oh, it's getting a little dicey as now Patrick Gitter is in the mix. A bit of a gap behind, and then Blake Vicken is leading a big group. Jacob Morgan in the mix in seventh. Kevin Bernheimer restarted up front, has started fading just a little bit. He's one of the drivers that did not take tires on the previous caution. And Richie Joplin still, look at that run off of turn two. Looks like Jacob Morgan might have found a little something from watching Richie. He really closes. And look at Nate. He said he found something down on the bottom using that apron line. It's definitely paying off. Patrick Gitter now up into third, all over the back bumper of Swafford. Patrick started it up front, but a bad start to this race, and he has been a lap down at one point. Now fighting is, oh, he gets together with Swafford. Patrick Gitter now to second, a little bump in the middle of 3 and 4. Just got a little push. Ends up in the side of Swafford. It looks like Swafford's not done with him yet. Meanwhile, Blake Vicken, 3/4 of a second behind, was gaining a little bit of ground. Jeremy Gardner now up to 5th after restarting back in 9th. Jacob Morgan in 6th. Jeremy Edwards now up to 7th after restarting in 10th. Richie Joplin to 8th. Nate Johnson now up to 9th. Bernheimer in 10th. Blair Patterson, who was up battling for the lead, is 3 wide with Clay Kirkenbauer and John Billingsley. And wow, Blair Patterson in 12th. Billingsley 13th. Colby Whipple in 14th. Ryan McDaniel in 15th. Lonnie Roberts 16th. PJ Cox in 17th. James Smith, the last truck on the lead lap, in 18th. Russell Worth in 19th. Mickey Mouse, Jerry Culver, Brandon Newby. Pudge is back out on track in 23rd. Brett Edwards still on pit road. Everybody else, including Brittany Spears, is out. Poor Brittany. Patrick Gitter now up battling Kenny Hyde for the lead. Gitter sends it down to the bottom. Under 40 laps to go. Patrick Gitter has come alive. Little wiggle off turn 4. Drops back into the draft. Kenny Hyde still holding him off for the moment. Meanwhile, Justin Swafford now has a mirror full of Blake Vicken. The top 3 had opened up a bit of a gap for a while. Mickey Mouse has had an issue. Off of turn 2, gets loose, down into the grass. Caution is out, Jeremy Gardner involved. There's Gardner right behind Blake Vicken. Oh, Gardner gets into Vicken, checks up, tries to save the truck, ends up in the outside wall. Great driving by everybody around him to save it. All the drivers coming around. We could see another round of pit stops here. How many come down? The leaders last pitted exactly 20 laps ago. This may come down to who has tires left. Kenny is going to come down. Swafford, no, Patrick Gitter stays out. Swafford stays out. Blake Vicken stays out. Richie Joplin is staying out. Clay Kirkenbauer is staying out. Let's see if we can get a hold of Clay. Hey, Clay, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, I got you. How's it going?
Is it Clay or Indy tonight?
It's Clay. I took over the last lap of qualifying. So.
We were kind of curious because, you know, you were flying through the field up there and thought it might have been the younger generation.
Nope, not. He's going to run the Auto Club race in a couple weeks, but it's me tonight. He had to go to bed. He's got school tomorrow.
Dang it. I'm sure he's disappointed in that, but man, it's been an interesting night for you.
Yeah, so I had to rush home from work, and I got up to second there and realized I did not go pee before getting on the sim, and I had to stop. That's what caught me a lap down. I had to stop and pee, and it took me all this time to get a lap back on the lead lap.
Well, interesting situation, but you've made it back into the top 5. Do you have something for the leaders here?
We'll see. I think if we can run a few more laps and then get another yellow, I have a set of tires here waiting in the pits for me, so we'll see what happens.
All right, man. Good luck, and hopefully you can make it to the end without another bathroom break.
Oh, I'm good. I haven't had a sip of water.
All right, man. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
What an interesting night for Clay Kirkenbauer. Patrick Gitter in the lead with Justin Swafford in second. Patrick Gitter looking for win number 6 tonight. The combined Patrick Gitter, if he wins tonight, will actually make the same. He will have the same number of wins as the next 4 drivers combined. He has had a very dominant season here this season. It's going to be very tough for anybody to close the 38-point gap that exists right now. They stack back up for the restart. Hey, thanks, Pudge. Robert, I'm not saying I've done something similar before, but back in the 2000s, in the Papyrus days, doing full-length Daytonas, and I was younger and used to drink a little bit, yeah. Might have pulled that maneuver once or twice. Pace car about... What an interesting night it's turned out to be. Pace car is in. Patrick Gitter leads him down. He fires, green flag in the air. What a jump, but Blake Vicken comes through. Justin Swafford comes through. It is a big shuffle at the front. Kirkenbauer has a run down to the bottom under Swafford. And look at the off turn 2. Richie Joplin manages to hold on to it. Almost gets Ryan McDaniel. They're 3 wide back behind. Colby Whipple has had an incident. There is Colby, who has been fighting his way forward all night. Gets loose off of turn 2. See if we can get a better angle on Whipple here. There is Colby down on the bottom, comes off turn 2, just loses the back end. Manages to keep it straight though, doesn't go into the wall like we've seen happen so many times tonight. Patrick Gitter has started to open up a gap on Blake Vicken in second. Jeremy Edwards currently in third. Kenny Hyde Jr. in fourth. Justin Swafford in fifth. Clay Kirkenbauer sixth. Kevin Bernheimer seventh. Jacob Morgan in eighth. Blair Patterson in ninth. Richie Joplin in 10th. Kevin Bernheimer, so far the biggest move. Actually, he's tied for the biggest mover of the night. He is up 15 spots to 6th. Jacob Morgan up 15 spots to 7th. Closing in on the final laps of the race, and lo and behold, Patrick Gitter has made his way back up to the lead. Kenny Hyde, I do believe, has the most laps led here tonight. But multiple leaders throughout the race. It has been a back and forth. Look at this. Jeremy Edwards now up in the top 3 for the first time. He is running them down. Kevin Bernheimer, who said he does not like this track at all, currently in 5th, looking under Blake Vicken for 4th. Oh, Vicken gets the wall. Bernheimer gets by, and Jacob Morgan's going to get a run into one. Blair Patterson looking. Kenny Hyde Jr. has just gotten back around for the lead. Let's see how he managed to get that car back around Patrick Gitter. Coming down the back straightaway into turn 3. He sends it deep into turn 3. And somehow makes that run into 3 stick. Patrick Gitter back to second. "25 laps to go from New Hampshire, and Kenny Hyde is in the lead again." Not only that, but Patrick Gitter is fading as Jeremy Edwards has gotten by. Patrick Gitter is on older tires. He last stopped on lap 104. The top two stopped on lap 125. Kevin Bernheimer on fresher tires, as is Jacob Morgan. Nate Johnson is now up to 6th. About time. We knew he was faster than where he was hanging out tonight. Blair Patterson 7th, Blake Vicken in 8th. Patrick Gitter currently in 3rd, has Bernheimer closing the gap quickly. Jeremy Edwards being behind Kenny Hyde definitely does not help. They are 5th and 6th in points. Edwards 8 points ahead of Kenny Hyde. And looks like Facebook has decided to stop cooperating yet again. I don't know why it always chooses Wednesday nights. Caution is out. James Smith involved. Oh! Just a little tap. Smith ends up into the wall. Looks like him and Ryan McDaniel come off of turn 4. McDaniel just loses the back end, has to catch the car down to the bottom. Pit stops underway, possibly the final round. Jeremy Edwards, Jeremy Gardner are going to restart up front. They last pitted on lap 125. Everybody behind them just went to pit road. They stack back up for the restart. And the two Jeremys have the front row. Points leader Patrick Gitter currently on the second row with Kenny Hyde, who has been the most dominant truck tonight. Colby Whipple, Jacob Morgan on the third row. Nate Johnson and John Billingsley on the fourth. Blair Patterson and Blake Vicken round out the top 10. They come around, the pace car will drop off out of turn 4. Pace car is in. And Edwards fires, they're down and away, green flag in the air. Kenny Hyde slips by Gardner. Jeremy Edwards out front, Kenny Hyde in second. Here comes Kenny Hyde to the bottom. Side by side, out of turn 4, can Kenny Hyde reclaim the lead? 15 laps to go. Caution is out, we had a spin behind, Ryan McDaniel involved. Just gets loose off turn 4, spins down right in front of several cars, manages to keep it out of trouble. Jeremy Edwards now in second. Patrick Gitter third. Jacob Morgan has made it up to fourth. Nate Johnson Jeremy Gardner now being scored in fifth. Nate Johnson sixth. Colby Whipple, who has had an interesting night, has made his way up to seventh. John Billingsley up 16 spots into eighth place, has had a really up and down night, but when it counts, he's back up here at the front. Let's see if we can get a word with Billingsley. Hey, John, this is Doug up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, the first half of this race was really wild for you, but man, you have had a fast truck and came through quite a lot of cars tonight. Can you get further up?
I hope so, because mainly it's all been luck up to this point.
Well, sometimes you'd rather be lucky than good, right?
That's correct. I just hope to finish the race.
Well, you've had a great run so far. You've obviously had a fast truck all night. Hopefully you can get up here a little bit further, maybe get up here and battle for the win.
Well, we shall see.
All right, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
John Billingsley currently in 8th. He started 24th. He has faded back a couple of times, and every single time he has faded back, he has managed to charge his way back into the top 10 or the top 5. It'll be about 10 laps to go when the green flag drops. Kenny Hyde Jr., Jeremy Edwards, Patrick Gitter, Jacob Morgan, and Jeremy Gardner. Morgan came close to getting his first win of the season at Pocono. Can he get up here and do it again? Kenny Hyde Jr. looking to pick up some points. All these guys looking to close that gap on Patrick Gitter. Can they keep him behind them? Lights are out on the pace car. Through 3 and 4, possibly the last time by. Or possibly the last restart, I should say. Pace car is in. Here they go. Kenny fires. Green flag is in the air. Off into turn number 1. Kenny Hyde Jr. has a big lead, and they battle it out behind. Patrick Gitter comes up for second place. Jeremy Edwards now in third. Still trying to hold on and hold Patrick Gitter off. Jacob Morgan is right there. Nate Johnson now into the top 5. Nate gets a huge run. And here comes Billingsley now up into 7th. Kenny Hyde still holding the lead. Patrick Gitter is cleared for 2nd. But look at the battling going on back here at just inside the top 10. Nate Johnson down on the apron. Blake Vicken, Justin Swafford, Blair Patterson. Caution! Brandon Newby involved. Here comes Brandon down into the turn. Ryan McDaniel. Oh! Looks like him and Ryan McDaniel tried to occupy the same real estate. See if we can get a different angle. I couldn't tell if somebody... Ryan McDaniel sends it deep into the turn. Newby is there. Nowhere for either of them to go. Looks like we'll get a restart with just a couple of laps left to go. This is going to come down to who gets the best restart. Lights are still on the pace car, so it'll be about 4 to go when we get the green. Can Kenny Hyde hold Patrick Gitter off from getting another win this season, or will Patrick Gitter get win number 6 tonight? Or can one of the other drivers in the top 10 send it to the front and pull it off here? Worth noting, Russell Worth has made his way up into 14th. They stack back up for the restart. Kenny Hyde and Patrick Gitter will start on the front row. Jacob Morgan, Jeremy Edwards are on the second row. Nate Johnson, Jeremy Gardner on the third row. Justin Swafford, Blake Vicken on the fourth row. John Billingsley, Blair Patterson round out the top 10 as they come back around. Put your guesses in the comments. Who is going to pull off the win here tonight? They'll get the green flag this time. Pace car is in. Here we go. Kenny Hyde fires. Green flag back in the air. Doesn't get the same jump this time on Patrick Gitter. 4 to go. Patrick already down to the bottom. Meanwhile, back behind, everybody stays side by side. Jacob Morgan now up to third. Jeremy Edwards in fourth. Here comes Nate Johnson. Nate way down on the bottom as he gets a run. Kenny Hyde still out front, but Patrick Gitter is closing. 3 to go. And a lot of activity just around 10th place as that position just keeps changing. Popsicle sticks in the air for Kenny Hyde Jr. 2 laps to go. Can he hold Patrick Gitter off? Jacob Moore. Oh, we've got Swafford sideways. Swafford saves it. Oh, no, he doesn't. Caution is out. We'll have a green-white checkered. There's Justin Swafford, Nate Johnson down underneath. Oh, it looks like Swafford just might have tapped Blake Vicken. Almost saves it. So Kenny Hyde Jr. has to try and get one more great restart. We could see a quickie caution here if nobody hits pit road. Swafford fell all the way back to 18th after that incident. Of note, Jerry Culver has made his way back up into 20th. A few cars at the back of the field do hit pit road this time. Okay, they have to go to the finish on this one. I just ran out of water, folks. All right. It'll be Kenny Hyde and Patrick Gitter up front. Jacob Morgan and Jeremy Edwards on the second row. Nate Johnson, Blair Patterson the third. Blake Vicken, Clay Kirkenbauer fourth. Jeremy Gardner, and now Colby Whipple back in the top 10. Next time by, they'll get the 1 to green. Everybody will stack back up. PJ Cox in 11th is hung out just outside the top 10 most of the night. John Billingsley has been in and out of the top 10. Expect him to get a top 10 here tonight. Lonnie Roberts as well. Richie Joplin back there in 14th place, but has that great run off of turn 2. Could pick up several positions here at the end. Bernheimer back in 15th. James Smith 16th. Russell Worth 17th. Justin Swafford back in 18th. 19th is Mickey Mouse. And Jerry Culver in 20th. Brandon Newby in 21st. A lot of cars on pit road out of the race. Lights are out on the pace car. They come around one last time. One final restart. Here they come. The pace car will drop in. Pace car is in. Kenny Hyde controls the restart. He fires early. Green is in the air. He's got the jump he needed. Now Jacob Morgan looks low on Patrick Gitter. Jacob sends it in too hard. Here comes Jeremy Edwards. Edwards has the run to third. Kenny Hyde out front. Patrick Gitter still in second. Edwards is going to clear Morgan. Here comes Nate Johnson into the top 5. Morgan's trying to cross back over. Patrick Gitter loses some momentum off 4. White flag for Kenny Hyde Jr. Patrick Gitter back to second. Look at Nate down to the bottom. Patrick Gitter, Jacob Morgan, Kenny Hyde, Jeremy Edwards, and Nate Johnson trying to close that. Nate gets pushed down the track just a little bit. Jeremy sends it in. Oh, he gets into Jacob Morgan. Kenny Hyde Jr. comes out of turn 4, gets the win at New Hampshire. His second win of the season. Patrick Gitter comes home second, will extend his points lead. Nate Johnson pulls off third. Let's see if we can talk to our top 3, starting with Nate Johnson. Hey, Nate, it's Doug. You got me?
Oh, yeah.
I knew you'd be happy, man. That running down on the apron definitely paid off.
Dude, I cannot believe that worked. That was crazy. I was just like, Doug said go get it, so I went and got it. And I don't know. I guess there's just more grip down the apron. I was shifting into third. I thought I was going to wreck my gearbox. It's crazy.
It definitely worked, man. That was one heck of a run there on that final restart to pick up so many positions on the bottom as well.
Yeah, I just sent it down there. I was like, this is where I'm going.
Well, it definitely worked, man. Congratulations, the top 3, and a great continuation on your season.
Hey, thank you. Yeah.
Well, We lost him just as he was talking. My bad. Let's see if we can get our second place, Patrick Gitter. Patrick, it's Doug. You got me? Hey, Patrick Gitter, it's Doug in the booth. You got me?
10-4, I got you, Doug.
Hey, you look like you had a heck of a truck tonight, and you were able to come. You faded really early on in the race. Came as a bit of a shock, but man, what a comeback to finish second.
Yeah, Doug, I appreciate that. We got in some trouble early in the race. Got a little bit of damage, so I was just kind of biding time there, trying to see, what kind of pace the truck would keep. Made our way back up to the front there, and man, Kenny ran a heck of a race. That whole race, he was up front. Hard to keep up with him. And then it came down to tire wear strategy there at the end. We were at about 30 laps to go, and I saw Kenny and Jeremy Edwards just taking off. So we just got lucky. We had the caution there, with 10, 20 to go, to make it close there at the end.
Well, man, that was a heck of a run. Obviously not your 6th win of the season, but still extending your points lead even further tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Doug. Shout out to the guys. Had a little more caution than we'd probably like to see tonight, but I just, enjoy this community and this group of guys. Shout out to our sponsor. I think Ryan McDaniel sponsored the race tonight, so shout out to him. And shout out to everybody in the group, Pudge for helping put this on. Doug, you've brought broadcasting. It's a group effort to put this on week to week, so just appreciate that.
All right, man. Congrats, buddy.
Yep. Thanks, Doug.
All right, let's see if we can get a winner who I'm sure is very happy. Hey, Kenny, it's Doug. You got me?
Yes, sir.
That was a pretty dominant race. I do believe you led the most laps here tonight, and you definitely had the fastest truck out there.
Yeah, definitely a good night for points that I've been slacking on the last couple of weeks, caught up in other people's messes and some of my own messes, so it feels good to finally get back into it.
Well, you definitely are going to pick up some points on Jeremy Edwards, who finished a couple of spots behind you. Just looking, and you're definitely going to pick up some spots on Pudge here tonight as well. A big points night, but a heck of a win.
Yeah, ain't nothing better than leading the most laps and coming out with the victory. So, and like you said, can't say enough about getting all those points that I desperately needed.
Well, with just a few races left in the season, do you got any more tracks you see that you can get out there and get the win on?
When Pudge first started this, I sponsored 4 races, and 4 of those tracks were my favorite tracks, and I believe Nashville is next week, and that's the race I sponsored. So hopefully, whenever that race is, next week, 2 weeks, whatever it is, and get another good run.
All right, man. Well, hopefully you do, but congratulations. That was a dominant win tonight.
Thank you very much, and shout out to all the friends and family watching back at home.
All right, man. Congrats, buddy. All right, that will do it from here at New Hampshire for tonight. And shout out to Russell Worth bringing this race for Mindy Jo Reitz. Our thoughts and prayers are with that family. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a wonderful night.